Okay, I don't know what happened, but technology. You have to understand technology. So we're gonna continue from where I was, and for those who might have missed the first part, the first version of it, I was talking about being better than yourself, being better than everybody. And so, one of the things I want to ask people who are listening, if you had one opportunity to change one thing in your life, what would that be? What would you change in your life if you had the opportunity to change one thing? Would that change make you better than everybody else? Would it make you the same? Would it make you better than everybody else? And so as I was going in to the story for which I was sharing, that I have a good friend of mine, Greg Sneed, and Greg and I always talk about back in high school when we ran, our coach said that the relay team, if you wanted to be on the relay team every Monday after a meet, that you had the opportunity to challenge anyone that you wanted to challenge. And so every Monday, Greg would come to the track and the coach would say, does anybody want to challenge for the relay? And Greg would always say he wanted to challenge me. And so we talked about it several years later. We talked about it about a few years ago. And Greg says, one thing, Rory never got mad. The reason why I never got mad is that first and foremost, I stayed in the room. I slept next to one of the fastest people in America at that time. And at one point, my brother was one of the fastest people in the world. So my standards were set by who I laid next to. And so one of the things that was always instilled in me was that for you to do something, you had to be better than everyone else. And so what Greg didn't know was that every Sunday, I knew what was going to happen on Monday. I knew Greg was going to come to the track, and I knew Greg was going to challenge me. So what did I do? I lived about a mile away from the track. So what I would do is on Sunday, I would jog down to the track. I climbed the fence. I jogged the turn a little bit. I would walk the turn. I would stand on the other side of the turn where the finish line was, and I would look at the starting line, and I would visualize what the outcome was going to be. It had nothing to do with Greg. It had to do with me being better than everybody else, because it might not have just been Greg who wanted to challenge me on Monday. It might have been somebody else who wanted to challenge me on Monday. And so what I realized is that on Monday, I was going to be better than everybody else. And so that just transferred for me into life. And so if you wake up every day and you think that you're just ordinary, you got to look at some of the things that ordinary people get. Jay-Z has a song named Hello. And in Hello, his lyrics say, look around and see what ordinary gets you. He says, extraordinary figures, I'm an extraordinary blank. That's how I look at life. I look around and see what ordinary gets people. And so I want better. I put in the work. My tagline is, you cannot withdraw what you did not deposit. And that's how I live life. I'm not going to withdraw something if I didn't put the work in. And so for that statement, for people to say, oh, he thinks he's better than everybody else. If you don't think you're better than everybody else, then you just become ordinary. And so in my quest to be the best, I have done things. I have researched things. I have put myself in things that have made me the best that I could possibly be. And when you look at certain things and you do certain things, so many people are so busy trying to be like someone else that they lose their gifts. They say, God says, if you don't use it, you'll lose it. You'll lose it. And so many of us go through life asking the questions of what if? What if I was taller? What if I was faster? What if I was richer? What if I was slimmer? What if I had different parents? What if I grew up different? What if? What if you just take the gifts that you were given and have no apologetic visualization operation on how to put those in place and move them to the highest level of your expectations. What if you just recognized who you were and you became the best person that you were supposed to be? What if? If I was to give you 3 wishes, most people, if I said I have the power now to give you 3 wishes and I said I'm going to give you 3 wishes, what would you do with those 3 wishes? Most people would take those 3 wishes and they would ask for things that they know that they could never, ever accomplish or live through. Most people would say, I want the most money in the world. Well, if you had the most money in the world, what would you do with it? Some of us don't even know what to do with the little bit of money we have now, let alone if we had all the money in the world. But what if I told you I gave you 3 wishes, and one thing you had to do with one of those wishes is you had to offer something or change something in mankind. You had to make a change to mankind. What would that wish be? What if the second wish was that you had to change something that you totally disagreed with? The second wish is you had to change something that you totally disagreed with. And what if the third wish was that you had to change something within you? You had to do something that affected you. Now, in all 3 of those wishes, what would you do to change the overall outcome of those wishes? What would you wish for? What would you wish for? Most of us go through life, again, asking if I had or what if this circumstances was different. Well, you have the opportunity to change those. The most powerful number in the world is 2. It's 2. Why am I saying 2? Because it's only between you and the Creator. You and the Creator. It's either good or it's bad. It's either happy or sad. It's either rich or poor. It's all of these particular things. Now, rich doesn't equate to wealth. If you're rich in the things that you want to do, then you're going to live an abundant life. And let me talk to you about another thing that I think is very rich, that gives me an opportunity to be where I am today. There's a very good friend of mine. Actually, she's watching. Dr. Shavers, how are you? Thank you for watching. Also have Gay, also have Vanessa that's watching. Thank you very much. But Dr. Shaver and I used to work in Dooley County, Georgia, a few years ago. I'm not going to age us, but a few years ago. And did some tremendous work in changing the overall thought process of that community. And a few years ago, Dr. Shavers called me. She says, Rory, I have a wonderful thing that I'm involved in that I want you to be involved in. And I told her, I said, Dr. Shavers, you know what, at this particular time, I don't think I could do it. I said, I'm going through some trials and tribulations in my own life, and I don't think I could do it. And she says, but it's going to change your life. And I said, well, Dr. Shavers, I got to change my own life right now. And so I told her, I said, I'll talk to you a little bit about it later. And some years went by, and we spoke, but we didn't really talk. And about a year ago again, she gave me a call and she says, so Mr. Edwards, are you ready to talk again? And I said, I'm always ready to talk to you. And she says, well, I have this thing that I'm doing that I think is going to help you. And I said, okay, well, due to the fact that it's you, I'm going to listen to you. And so she explained to me about a plant-based product that she was working with, that she says will give you the balance in your nutritional intake. And based on the fact that I have been doing a lot of research on what people need to be putting in their food and what people need to be putting in their system, I realized that what you put in your system will change what you have for life. How you change your life, how you become the vibrant person that you want to be. As we get up in age, there's things that we want to do. There's things that we want to say. There's things that places we want to go. And a lot of times it's inhabited, or it's not, you're not capable of doing it because of the fact that you don't have the ability to do it. And so I gave her the opportunity, and she introduced me to a product. And I told her, I said, okay, well, if you say so, I'll try it. And so a few months ago, I tried it. I tried it. Prior to that, I had gone to the doctor. I don't have too many medical issues, but I had gone to the doctor, and the doctor said to me, Mr. Edwards, your blood pressure is kind of high. Is it something to do with your in your DNA? And I said, I don't know. I said, you explain to me. I said, my mother's been taking high blood pressure medication for 50 years. And I said, you know what? She's still taking it. So in my opinion, that means it doesn't work. What could I take? What else can I do to take it? And I've had so many other people talk to me about my blood pressure. I told people it's not my high blood pressure, it's my high determination to be successful. I just want to change lives. That's all I want to do. I want to change people's lives. I want to change my life. I want to change the outcome of my life. And so Dr. Shavers gave me the opportunity to try this product. And basically what it is fruits and vegetables in a capsule. And so I told her, I said, there's something else, Dr. Shavers. I need to know a little bit more. And she invited me to a conference. I just came back about a month ago in Sacramento. And with the help of her, Gay, they made it possible for me to get to this conference. They found discounted tickets for me. They found discounted rooms for me. They were going to make sure that I got to this conference because they said the conference is going to change things for you. And so I ended up going to Sacramento, went, Rory being Rory, little suspect in what I'm going to experience, and went there, and there was 7,500 people at this conference. The difference in that conference was that there were 7,500 people who were positively impacted by this product. Not 7,500 people who were just there, 7,500 people who were celebrating the outcomes of this product. The outcomes of their inside developing their outside to be a much more vibrant person. And so usually when you go someplace, there's naysayers. The naysayers are going to catch you on the side of the side, and they're going to say, you don't want to get involved in this. This is this, this is this, this is that. But not one person that I come in contact with who told me about the fact that this hadn't worked for them. Now, the other thing is that people are making decent money. And I tried to offer it to a few people. I sent out a few emails to people, and people have responded, some haven't. But the thing is that if you want your life to be better, you have to create certain things in your life that are going to make them better. And one is what you put inside your body. What you put inside your body will resonate on the outside. And so if you want to know more about that product, please give me a call, because I definitely want to engage people in this product. I want to get people to be involved in it. I want like-minded people. Thank you for that, Dr. Shapes. I want a like-minded community to be involved in this product. Because if you want to live your life to be a better life, then you have to do that. And so I just want to go back, and I want to end with a few thoughts. We all in life want things that other people may have. A lot of times we don't know how to get it. What do? We talk about other people who have certain things because we're unwilling to put the work in to have those things. Like I talked about earlier, the power of two. There's only two choices, and I said this before, there's only two choices in life that you do not have control over. And one is your parents and your siblings, and two is your day of death. Everything else in between you have choice over. When you make certain choices, there's consequences that come with it. You can't blame other people for your shortcomings if you're unwilling to put the work in. That's why for me, I will always say, yes, I am better than everybody else, because I will not settle for what everybody else has set the bar at for themselves. Rory T. Edwards has a bar set for himself. And if other people don't think that is the way that I should be living my life, well, I say when you get up in the morning, live your life. Your life is your life to live, and your life is the consequences of what your choices will be. My life is the consequences of the choices I choose to be. I've always been very confident. I've always thought that if I'm going to get in something, I want to be the best at it. And you should think that same way. If you're in life, be the best at life. If not, there's something that will eventually come and get you that we all have to go through. But I'm just saying to people, there's nothing wrong with when people say you think you're better than everybody else. If you don't think you're better than everybody else, you're not living. And so I want to live. That's what I come to the conclusion about right now. I want to live. And so that's why I'm putting healthy stuff in my body every day. That's why I'm thinking and communicating with people who want the best out of life. And that's why I choose to understand that my Creator is now leading my life instead of me leading my life. Because so many times we think that we have the answer to how our life is going to be. Our life has already been planned out for us. We just have to follow the plan and execute it well. And there's going to be some obstacles, that's right, because without any pain, there is no growth. And if you think that your life is going to be something of value, then you have to put valuable things in it. You have to put valuable people in it. You have to put value on who you are, and you have to love yourself internally, externally, and spiritually. And so I just want to put that out there because it was a conversation that was brought to my attention, and I just want to clear the air. Yes, I'm going to keep saying it. Yes, I am better than everybody else. That's the way God created me, and that's the way I'm going to end this life. And so for all of you who watch this video, I thank you. We're doing some really powerful things here. We're moving on to doing some really powerful things, and we want you to be a part of some of those movements. So why don't you reach out to me at RoryTEdwards1@gmail.com. Send me an email, and I'll share with you some of the things that I'm doing that could possibly also enhance your life. Or you can go and get a free consultation at www.rorytedwards.com. And then after that, we're going to take you to places that you never thought possible. But you thought possible, but you didn't have the courage, the skill set, or the opportunity to actually pursue them. Because like I said, you can't withdraw what you did not deposit. All right? Thank you all for listening. Try not to be too long. I'm trying to respect people's lunchtime if they are listening to this during their lunch. And I want to be shorter, but sometimes we have to take our time to get to the message. And so for all of you who are listening, all of those who will listen, we ask you to please share. And I will be coming back with some more messages, but definitely keep me in your prayers as I keep you in your and mine's. But the one thing that I want to let you know is that if you don't wake up every morning and thank the Creator for you being here and not going out being the best that you can possibly be, you not only failed the Creator, you failed yourself and you failed your legacy. And that's what I'm about. My legacy, the Creator, and my name. I stand on it. Rory T. Edwards out. That's what I'm going to leave with. My name. Rory T. Edwards out. We'll see you real soon. Thank you. Be better than everybody else.